Hello, hello, good morning or afternoon or whatever it is where you are. I'm Adventure Argonaut and this is Disco Elysium. And the streams appear to be up. Let's check one more. Yes, they are working. So yeah, I got a chance to stream a bit earlier today, so I'm gonna do it. So yeah, last time there was the shootout, and now it's morning, and we're supposed to go to Clausia's balcony to study ballistics to figure out who killed the guy who was killed in this room or apartment. But first, let's have a look at this. Well, I probably won't need the flashlight during the day.
These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You may have notes on this and other recent cases.
I had Garth open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night.
I saw apocalyptic visions of the darkness behind the darkness, behind darkness.
Behind darkness, I get it. Let's go.
Okay. It's good. Okay. So... Oh, what's this? Oh, the legs hurts. Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay. I really hope that the game doesn't punish me for running, because if that's the case, that sucks. She's made around 4 months of payments for this room.
The cabinet is cleaned out, emptied, probably Garth's work, after she was arrested.
Okay, the window.
2 neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman having sex. A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez, B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime.
What is the point of origin, damn it?
It's not the roof, and had it come from the coast, you would have probably stumbled upon it while you were running around over there. This leaves the island in the bay.
I think the shot might have come from the islet. There was somebody with a boat. I'm like at the fishing village. I'm trying to remember who was it, but yeah, we said something like, "Ooh, maybe we'll need to use your boat at some point." So
It's not impossible. There is a narrow opening between the commercial area and the collapsed tenement north of it.
There are ruins on that islet, a sunken seafort. I saw it through the coin-operated viewer. Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
I remember.
He looks out of the window onto the bay. This is also a location we have yet to rule out.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
Maybe we need to go to the island. The lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water.
He is trying to justify it to himself. The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinez looking under every rock and talking to every person. But what else is there?
I don't have anything to say. This is just something we have to do, Kim.
I understand.
What else is there?
Not a lot, no.
Kim, let's go to the fucking island.
Okay, let's go to the fucking island.
He takes a second to gather himself, then says,
How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone.
Yeah, Lily and the net picker, she's towing her boat.
Ah, yes, of course. The village.
Let's check this balcony still. Maybe there's more evidence. No.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
How long? So still 5 hours of this one. No, this one. Okay, it's 32 minutes. So I mean 32%. Whatever. I have a feeling this apricot chewing gum scented stuff might be good, but I guess we'll get to it later. So let's just. I guess we should go back to the fishing village, right? I guess we have stuff to talk.
Oh,
first.
You're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
You did? I was too distracted to notice.
Oh, so cool. Cool cop strikes again. Well, I didn't expect someone in your line of work to notice the lowly efforts of the service industry anyway, so... Especially when you're so busy doing nothing to stop psychopaths. How could you just stand there? Still, you did risk your life. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now.
Ah.
I'm not gonna let you ruin it for him. This establishment supports cops. Even cops like you.
Thank you, sir. And he appreciated the clean room, by the way. He just likes to act like he doesn't.
Well, anyway.
The man clears his throat, not knowing what to say. Where did everyone go?
Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
Are Lena and Morel still in town?
Ah, them. Nice people, but no. Lena said they were going back to Jamrock. I saw them pass by outside. This was before the fight started. I'm glad she got out of here before all that. Bullets flying and stuff. People inside were quite terrified, you know. I had to take action and step outside too.
But we weren't done looking for the fast man.
I mean, you're a detective. Perhaps you can track them down. Shouldn't be that hard.
Exactly, but all in due time. Crypto business is not a priority right now.
You'll see her again one day. You know it. Things went like they did for a reason.
What happened to the man with the sunglasses?
I don't remember everyone who comes here. And many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad.
Yeah, I'm not sure who he's referring to either. By the way, where were you when it happened?
Where was I? How do you think I know the crazy shit you pulled off out there? I was there, out on the balcony, protecting my establishment. So, yeah, I guess I'm what you call a badass.
It really took courage. Don't pick at him.
Just nod stoically.
He nods back at you, even more stoically. Just two badass men nodding stoically. Make that three. The lieutenant is nodding too, hands crossed.
Alright, thanks.
No problem. They'll come back. They always do.
Guard, I need to sing karaoke now.
No, you don't. It's not happening.
You need to approach this situation logically. Ask him why he has the PA system installed if you can't use it.
Why do you even have the PA system if no one's going to use it?
It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44.
What happened in
A
44?
lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke.
It's not a prop, it's for your clients. I know it's used.
Okay, yes, it's for some clients.
He admits reluctantly. I'm a real client. I paid my bills. I have the right to use the karaoke machine.
Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
He's lying. But whatever, you don't really need his lame tracks.
It's alright, I have my own song with me. Give him the tape for the smallest church in Saint-Saëns.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard.
Fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
Oh yeah, time to do the damage.
There's nobody here,
The
but maybe
stage
that's
is all
for the...
set up for your
the best.
performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Look, Kim, I'm going to sing
I
karaoke.
can see that.
The lieutenant steps away from the stage, ready for your performance. Put your lips against the microphone, test it.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand?
Look around the room
It's
first.
still early here. Faint daylight is seeping into the dining hall. All the tables have been wiped pristine.
Hey, you know, maybe
for
that
customers to come.
people outside will hear our beautiful singing and will come
Someone's making
into
coffee
the
in
establishment.
kitchen. But aside from that, no one's really around yet. It would be a much better idea to perform in the evening, no?
Yeah. I think so. Maybe I should wait until the evening. If we're still here. Ah, there's somebody here. But hey, who's this? The narrator said there's somebody in the kitchen making coffee or something, but I don't see
You
it.
see a heavy it could be connected to
Hi, gendarme.
Ah,
Le
this
rendezvous.
guy. There he is again, the smoker on the balcony, right here in rolling in rags. Hello.
Hello. So what brings you here?
What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
This is where I'm going to go down in history. I'm going to sing karaoke.
Really? Well, I look forward to that.
He raises a glass to you. Tell me again about that muscular type who came to investigate the crime.
Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
What did you tell him?
Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
And he believed you?
Why shouldn't he?
Did you tell him about your friend?
What friend?
Your Sunday friend, the witness.
No, I don't think it came up.
What did he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types.
Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
Earpiece?
Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear.
What was he saying?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Besides muscular, did he have any other identifying traits?
Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
So, I assume it wasn't the victim, or when was the... Was it after the crime? Yeah, who came to investigate the crime. So, of course, it cannot be the victim if it's after the crime. Okay.
Sure. Anything else on your mind?
I met your Sunday
You
friend.
did. And how did you like him?
You were right. He was magically bureaucratic.
I told you, he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people.
Who is he?
A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return. To his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know.
He stares at the bar. What are you two?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time.
What does it mean, Sunday friend?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
Is that even a friend?
It is. On Sundays.
He smiles. Why was he staying at your place in the middle of the night?
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
I don't want to talk to other people, I want to talk about you.
Mm-hmm. What about me, gendarme?
Composure.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Do I have any clothes for composure? First, yeah, I have something. Equip +1. I wish I could like rearrange them to see like, oh, if I want to find my, plus composure stuff, and somehow, okay, these are composure, yes.
Hi again, gendarme.
28, magical number.
It's the sports. He's a sports guy. All
Hi again,
I just
gendarme.
think he's gay. Is there anything else
It's the sports.
mysterious about this guy?
Hi again, gendarme.
It's the sports. He's a sports guy.
8. 8 is not good enough, but either it's 9 or 10. Like the die roll is
Hi again,
like
gendarme.
28%. I don't want to
Could he
calculate,
be
but
a
hey,
member
natural
of the
12.
Homosexual underground.
Yeah, I told you. Well, I don't know about the homosexual underground.
Just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here. You made it up.
Are you a part of the homosexual underground?
The homosexual underground?
Smoker sits up immediately, his eyes wide with amused surprise. A honeyed smile lingers on his lips.
Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate?
No, no, I don't want to investigate if that's what it implies. No, I just wanted to know whether you were one of them.
Well, I am one of them. One of the Sub Rosa pleasure group, congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night.
What about Thursday night?
Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life.
He lowers his voice conspiratorially and looks around. But why do you convene? What do you do?
Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Rebishol have to hold on to, the true symbols of security. The meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage.
Sounds actually quite accurate.
Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore.
But well, I don't know who I am, so I don't know if I like it or not. Like this character. Does it have anything to do with disco?
Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society, where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold. We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries. Of course, the mysteries are also of sexual nature, very esoteric.
No, this is not me.
Sure thing, officer. What do you want to know next? Bye-bye, gendarme.
Okay, but hey, I got a new thought, so... Can't do it with class, don't do it at all. Okay, fine. It's all about the money, it's all about the din dun 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 dun. I should change my boots back on. My perception boots.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man clenches his fists.
Oh, it's you. Didn't think we'd see you walking anytime soon. Elaine, look. It's the cowardly cop.
Huh? What?
He looks, his eyes full of confusion, as if he'd just woken from the deep
Our
sleep.
condolences for your losses.
He says with a little nod, but the remaining Hardy Boys don't seem to register his words. Is he okay? Point to Alan.
Does he look like he's okay?
He does not. His unshaven face is almost grey, and he reeks of piss, sweat, and booze.
How badly was he hurt?
He wasn't. That's the thing. Titus, Theo, Dennis, Angie, Elizabeth, they're all gone. But he got away without a scratch.
Oh, Elizabeth died too, yes.
There's nothing left. Nothing.
This is a broken man. He probably feels that he should have been able to protect the others somehow. And now he feels guilty for not dying with them. Or instead of them.
What are you suggesting, Kim?
I'm not suggesting much. All I'm saying is, he lost everything.
Shit is tough, but you need to get off your ass and finish this.
What?
The little guy who ran, Shanky, you're just going to leave it like that?
Dennis is a dead man. Just doesn't know it yet.
Was this really the best idea? I guess you may have prolonged his existence a bit, if he can still remember this when he sobers up.
If you think this will keep him from offing himself, I'll make sure to remind him. So far, I've just been pouring whiskey in him to keep him sedated.
He nods. What's gonna happen to Hardy Boys now that Titus is dead?
Titus is fucking dead.
What's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys? Look around you, man. This shit is done. There are no more Hardy Boys.
You two are just going to go back to hauling containers in the harbor?
No, man. I don't know. I guess the Union will still be policing the neighborhood, but who's gonna do it now?
Didn't Titus have a brother, Tibbs?
Tiberius, he don't want to get mixed up in our shit. Titus has been buttering him for years on account of all this being fun as fuck. But he's got his window fitting business, a wife with 2 kids, and a third one on the way. No way he's gonna leave all that.
Okay, let's try another.
What's gonna happen to the Hardy Boy? No, man. I don't
You,
know.
Eugene.
Me? No, man. I'm not a leader. You know, Titus only recruited me because I play the guitar. Said the team could use the morale boost.
You can do it, Eugenie Boys. Has quite a ring, doesn't it?
What? Fuck no. If I'd stay, we'd keep the name to honor Titus.
You're right. Eugene Hardy doesn't sound bad either.
Man, you have no idea how this works, do you? But yes, if I don't stick around, then it's all over. So I guess I sort of have to now.
He's not a drinker. Another good thing about him.
Yeah, man. You know, you got this. You got this.
I haven't got shit, Al.
This is not completely ludicrous. Him and Titus were the only detectives of the bunch. Titus more, but Eugene at least knew how to think along.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, you too. It's a rough world out there. It's not easy being a cop. We were too hard on you. Both of you. We shouldn't have fucked with you like we did. You got between us and a lot of bullets in that fight. Matinees owes you one.
That's kind of you to say. Take care of your friend, okay?
I will. You take care of yours.
A sharp pain shoots up your side and into your stomach. You must not look too good. Luckily, it passes.
Okay. Let's get out of here. Oh. Un jour de je serai de retour.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil.
So maybe it's the girl, the artist girl, It's not Sibyl, something like that, whatever. So one day I will return to your side, and je serai de retour près de toi.
This was Cindy the Skull.
Yeah, Cindy. Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
Oh, really? Wasn't here yesterday? I smell heavy fuel oil.
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil.
Yeah.
Isn't that flammable?
What are you trying to imply? Fingers?
You could buy some smokes, light up a ciggy and throw it in there. You know, just to see what happens. See if it's flammable. It's better that way. Safer.
Yeah, I like the idea.
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely old man? Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same.
Where's Renee?
The prick is gone. I can barely believe it. But he's really gone.
Gone where?
Hell, most likely. He was an absolute cunt.
What? Was he killed during the mercenary tribunal?
Oh, he would have liked that. Violent lives ending violently. That's how he wanted to go. Sadly, it was not the case.
How did he die exactly?
His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is.
Did he feel like he has to prove he can still pull his weight? Doesn't need handouts?
Guess he was about to head home, 'cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the Kuketu uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, 'cause he's gonna be buried without it.
Do you think our conversation about his job pushed him to go there?
No. René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable.
He has doubts. But right now, he just wants to move on. And not
Was he
think about
really
it.
that bad?
I repeat, an absolute cunt. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to.
Did you love him?
We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that...
He falls silent, looks at you, eyes filling up with tears.
Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were?
Something mean?
In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that.
I offer my sincere condolences.
Yes, we are both very sorry for your loss.
It is what it is. Part of life, really. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something.
I want to know a few more things about Renee, if that's okay.
Yes. What about René?
Yes.
So nothing else.
It is what I just don't know
I wanted to ask
anymore.
about the union.
Officer.
No, nothing. Okay, then pointless. Okay, let's go buy the smokes. I think this, setting this on fire should also happen during the night. It's gonna look nicer. First sell some crap
The
here.
tear machines. Your bottles clunk into the
Ooh,
machine.
1 real.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Okay, well, how do I... Is it like this? If this is if I want to buy drugs?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste
I
pharmaceutical.
guess I don't need to buy healing items.
A colourful display of
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Yeah, give me some Astra cigarettes.
Here you go, mister.
Oh, there's this guy still. I wonder if he has anything to add about what happened. I think we cannot go into
The
this
Boyadero
area.
stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
Danger comes with the Boyadero lifestyle, right?
There are types of danger. The one I'm usually concerned with is lung cancer or getting mauled by wildlife, not bullets. It calls back to an older era where this was commonplace, though. You have a true Boyadero heart.
Right, so where's everyone?
Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out, for the time being.
You can't help me get inside?
No, man. Not today. Today is war.
He says it matter-of-factly, like it's no big deal.
What's going to happen next?
Time will tell. I'll tell Everett you drop by. I'm sure he'll be glad.
What will you be doing now?
I'll be okay here, doing lookout. Quite the sight, aren't they? Getting to like that rare I am. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane killers turn up. Then I'll run. And live.
Try not to get shot, eh?
I'm sure I'll be luckier than you, friend.
His grin is as wide as a desert. Okay, so we cannot go through this door. Oh, chairs. Yeah, I'm not sure about it. Maybe you cannot even go back to talk to Everard anymore during the course of the game.
A lorry stuck in the traffic.
Even the old truck driver is gone. With the woman. Okay, this guy is still here.
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of.
Alive
Sort
and
of alive?
limping.
Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. Had a strong sense of finality to it. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show.
I'm still looking around. Loose threads to tie up.
Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but hey, you're still breathing, right?
I heard one of the drivers is a woman, but I don't think she's here. Do you know this lady driver?
I don't want to talk about that.
He shifts around, suddenly uncomfortable, then looks away.
This guy knows Ruby, no doubt. Just play dumb for now. Get everything out of him you can.
But I don't know if this Ruby stuff matters anymore. But yeah, I don't appreciate that you cannot arrest her. Like, either she dies or she escapes. At least I checked online after my stream yesterday, and at least that's what some people were on Steam forums were saying. Why? Do you know something? What is it?
Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
I asked who's conducting the drug trade. You said you didn't know. Now you're saying you do.
I didn't, man. I told you I was hoping it's not her. That she wouldn't be mixed up in it.
He still is, hoping. It's just wishful thinking on his part, not trickery. It's true. We would have caught a lie, but a kind heart is tricky. Emotional rhetoric. He knew something and he didn't share it with you. That's a fact.
Who is she to
A
you?
friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay?
What's her name?
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the lady driver.
Okay. Yeah.
She kept
Well,
her
I
name a
know how
secret.
she looks like.
And me
so-
too. Now I see why. Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person. I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information on...
I don't believe you.
Believe us, it really is.
I just can't, man. I'm not naive.
You said she's troubled. How?
She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
I was told everyone's afraid of her. You're not.
I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind.
Hold on, her mind?
The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
The pain it was causing her.
When she left, did she leave her lorry behind?
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one.
Right, he's not here anymore, I
Grey-haired
think.
woman. Maybe she knows something. Wait, this guy says they're friends, then acquaintances. And he's okay with others ratting her out. Push Tommy and it will break his heart and his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals.
Fine, I'll drop the matter for
Thank
now.
you, friend.
Yeah, because it doesn't really matter. Let's see, like,
Inside,
the
you
radio
see a set of
stuff.
steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
E50, 1000. The make and model of the armor is Fairweather T5000 VE.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
I guess I can report we've been attacked.
Something is wrong. Only static hisses through the speaker.
Hello?
No reply. Only the mindless drone of static crawling through the air.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening in on our conversations and jamming outward communications to protect themselves from Crenel. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on like nothing happened. That is, if we don't want us cut off the grid completely.
Isn't that dangerous?
No more dangerous than stepping between 3 armed mercenaries and 8 Union men, I hope.
He glances over his shoulder.
I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough to me. If anything, taking all the mercs made things calmer. For now.
He flicks off the radio. Silence.
You can try calling again. Just don't mention the tribunal. And remember, they are listening in.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
This is Station 57. How may I assist you?
Let's connect to Sylvie.
Just a second. Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes. Hello?
Hey Sylvie, is the police again?
Oh, great.
Have you seen my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective.
I showed you my gun. When did it
You
happen?
were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and...
She stops hesitantly, not sure if she should continue. And what did I do?
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Like, I wish I could ask, the people like her who was here when we first arrived, because when I arrived I was supposedly with a couple of other cops, and if I was working for La Puta Madre and all that stuff, but doesn't seem like I get any options to ask other people about that, so that's sort of lame.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off them.
Off of what?
You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out, off of that, people don't like that. I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains." Very nice visuals there. Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food. I don't think he touched it after.
Why would I threaten to kill myself? I mean, look at this world. I would love to stay.
There is silence on the other end of the line.
Okay, I don't know what to say.
Me neither.
Yes, but what happened to my gun?
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns.
Guns can buy money if you go to the bank or something.
It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask.
You hear the...
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Okay, let's...
Right. Please hold.
10-4, come in. Fireworker, over.
Okay. At least now I can try to ask about the Puta Madre. Jules, I've heard that some people think of me as a La Puta Madre spion. Do you think I'm corrupted?
10-4, sir. Well, there have been some talk, sir.
He finally says reluctantly. Some talk? What does it even mean? There's been some talk. Do they think I'm corrupt or not?
I only meant that there have been some talk in the station, that's all. But there are always some talk in the station. You know how officers in Jamrock are. But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over.
Okay. 10-10, transmission completed, over.
Roger that. 10-10, over and...
Okay. %. Okay. Guess I can go to the... Maybe go here first. I wanna check the last trap of the, the cryptid stuff, I think this should be here. That's my recollection is that it should be. This is Land's End, right? Somewhere here. Or is it like have the traps been devoured by the game because of the shootout? Oh, okay, here it is.
This trap's not too hard to spot once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
Look around.
The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the Cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
Reach for the trap.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we are done.
I thought this was the last one. Are you getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
So where is the last one? I thought it was 4. I'm pretty sure this was the 4th trap.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune.
Interfacing. Can I boost my interfacing higher? Probably not. So I'm not gonna be able to open that door, but it would be nice if I was. There's the teenagers around here, and I haven't been to the church yet, so maybe I should have a look inside the church. I wanna talk to there's one, I don't know, this way. There's like that woman, I didn't have time to talk to her last time.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
She must be Estelle, the last of the Speed Freaks posse. It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
You must be Estelle.
That's my name. I take it you have met the others. Did they tell you about the church and the club thing?
They did.
Will you help us?
I helped you, alright?
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
But I have a hat. I should and I do. Point to your hat.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look man, fuck the hat.
Okay, is that kind of language really necessary?
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
I got shot in the leg. Point at your limb.
Ouch. I did notice you limping, but I thought maybe it was your thing or something. When I was 16, I used to date this guy who had a limp, but it only showed when he was sober. So I guess it wasn't real or something. I don't know.
She shrugs, eyes glazed over.
Anyway, shot in the leg? I'm sorry. Man, that must suck.
The others told me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, Crabman, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
The lieutenant nods, his face is stone. What did this crabman look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on, she obviously could. She already went into detail.
Quit stalling, Way. What did he look like?
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger?
The lieutenant raises an eyebrow.
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
I do believe you.
Why?
Seems too ludicrous for a lie.
I guess so. Anyway, what else?
I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
Just answer the question, please. What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
To the cops.
What about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
High above and to the east, the cold winds blow over the feathers of an early songbird. She lands on the stone ledge of a tall building. Her beak a silvery grey.
Okay, maybe I'll ask later about all this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
What's the device you have there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
Yeah, any news on my wife's name? How about my mother? What?
No. You're welcome.
Does this have anything to do with Contact Mike?
Yeah, I record stuff with it.
No, I mean the boxer, Contact Mike.
No. This is a contact microphone. It's for recording inside solid objects. Contact mic just beats people up.
You know, Contact Mike doesn't just beat people up. Contact Mike is a role model.
An entire litany spews forth.
Yeah, you're right. You should try to be more like Contact Mike, a successful athlete and an inspirational figure who has overcome social, physical, and mental obstacles.
Man, you are one weird cop.
This isn't about me, this is about your lack of respect for one of boxing's greats and for yourself.
What is it with you and this Mike guy?
She pauses, the question is rhetorical.
Okay, if it floats your boat, I'll be more like Contact Mike and less like me.
Self-respect is not meant to float any boats but your own.
I'll keep that in mind for future use.
She turns to check her tape recorder. How does the thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-born sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the Elysium?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds like a place for congregating homosexuals.
Yeah, there might be some. I don't think they look down on the homosexual underground there. The Palaceum's not that kind of place. It's cool.
Because I have a problem with homosexuals. Major problem.
That's real cool. Hope you don't mind missing out on all that great homosexual content the world has got to offer. Now, we were talking about my contact mic.
She picks up the device and inspects it, avoiding your eyes. Yes, before we return to this contact mic, tell me about this Arno guy you mentioned.
Oh yeah. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
Nor do I, but I have a concrete readiness that I rock in the form of a wrecked tape player and a completely trashed hostel room.
That's cool.
She breathes on her fingers, looks like she doesn't know what to say. Never mind, let's talk about the contact mic instead.
Sure. Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
What is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
She scratches her forehead. Wait, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Just not.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, you're cold.
Lieutenant begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Now this is where a hat would come in handy.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat. Go ahead. Okay, bye.
Okay, because I don't want to give her this hat. Well, logic isn't that good actually. But yeah, maybe I can give this communist hat to her. Let's see.
Hello again. Recording. I think I'm recording cracks. The musicians in... Anyway, I don't really know.
She looks at...
Take this.
No, man.
It's okay.
Give her your hat. Here, you need this more than I do.
Thanks.
She puts it on. It's a bit large for her. You said it's supposed to be a music place. Did you mean that one of Andre's... The one Andres got planned, the church?
Yeah. The boys think it could be a place. Like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys inside the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Didn't you see it yourself? It's mostly music stuff. Like this tape recorder, but bigger.
You mean like those headphones your boyfriend sold?
Yep. They were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those.
Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold. Go ahead.
Okay, let's save and try
Hello
this.
again.
The device is cold to the touch. An
3.
angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath, you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device.
Why can't I couldn't use the hotkey to reload the game. Why not? And fucking what's going on?
Hello again.
I have 83% chance and I
The
failed.
device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
I'm sorry you have to sit here on the ice feeling miserable at your age, at any age, in this weather waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
People who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It is easier to live in their failure with this by your side. Tap on the tape recorder.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It's not a childish fantasy, it can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
I'm once again reminded of how Contact Mike rose from the slums of Saint Baptiste to the top of the boxing world, overcoming adversity and serious brain trauma. Nothing is coming, nothing he wouldn't knock out in 3 rounds. The real fight is for the right attitude.
I can't believe this turned into another Mike thing. Fine. Okay, I'll stick to it. I'll knock it out in 3 rounds.
Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now. As an equal. A fellow human being.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
You said eating me? There's nothing eating me.
Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to.
I guess there's something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
I'm not happy with any of these options. It's working class, blah, entrepreneur class, blah. Well, okay, this is the neoliberals, so maybe I will get sanity if I say this, because I will lose sanity if I say this. And you know, it's so like leftist coded, all of these. And like, you know, the greater good. Yeah, everybody's just mooching off the entrepreneurial class, shackling the doers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people just can't get off their asses. 0 horrible talent in this city. 0. No wonder everyone's poor as potatoes.
So, the thing that's been eating you is rich people not having enough money?
Yeah, you can roll your eyes all you want, but it will bring us... will it bring us any closer to a knowledge-based economy? I haven't seen much of this strange world, but not with these taxes it won't.
Then you really haven't seen much of this strange world, because we literally haven't got any income taxes. Just a 20% value-added tax. And that's, like, it.
20% value-added tax is quite a lot. No way, you have no idea how many taxes there really are. You've never paid... there are these disguised invisible taxes. Look, here's one right now. Point to the sea.
Startled, she turns her head. No modes of indirect taxation catch her eye. She looks back at you.
You have an issue with the sea monster tax?
No, not just the sea monster tax. It's all of it taken together that's strangling economic growth.
Uh-huh. And none of this has anything to do with, oh, I don't know, some chick?
Now that you mention it, I found these letters I'd thrown in the trash. They might have something to do with it.
Okay. Why do you think that?
First, they had just this faintest scent of chewing gum on them. I could still smell it under the shit.
Well, man, that's pretty symbolic, don't you think?
Yeah, I found that to be very symbolic too.
Okay. What else?
They were written in a woman's hand. Oh boy, did reading them make me not feel good.
There you have it then, chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she?
I don't remember.
Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her?
I remember her scent, that's all.
Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you?
I'm sure. Why would I have reacted so strongly otherwise?
How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing?
I think it's more about me getting so unbelievably drunk I completely erased all memory of this one.
Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much booze that I forgot too.
It's obvious she's done more than booze.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
What's this Königstein wank?
You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich.
Thanks for the bullshit psych thing then.
You're welcome. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten though. Just my opinion. If it itches, don't scratch.
Yes, but it itches really, really bad.
Okay, let's put on a hat. This one, people. Maybe I'll put this back on because it gives minus to perception, and I don't know, I have enough logic, I think. Okay, I guess I should go check out the church. I know I'm supposed to go to the island to where the gunshot emanated from, but that's like, you know, moving the story onwards, and you know, the game might lock me out from other options if I go there now. A school of fish huddle around the fence post and scatter in the dark. Oh yeah, the church is just here, right? Yes.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice
Yeah, open the padlock.
stand shut. The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open. Feels like electricity and a very small piece of nothingness.
Let's go.
The lieutenant nods at you. Pull on the door.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area. Its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
Ooh. Looks fancy. Strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. Okay. This grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. Feels like it's trying to become one with the church. Figure was added later, is not part of the original church. More fork lightning pattern you saw outside. Bark beetles? No, it looks intentional, some long forgotten style. The blackboard is filled with complex equations, they look recent. 2 decks of reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty. Cold wind blows from the broken gallery, makes your skin crawl. Portable Harman Waushi tape recorder. Is it possible recording something? Someone siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
Humanism, no. No.
Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you, as if under a microscope.
Look up.
The woman looks down at you, standing there. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye. Of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You.
I don't know. Remorse?
As that useless word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
Do the same?
Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times as you stand in the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles, her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
This is Dolores Day.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew of the place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them, the 7 sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. We have already found the instigator. I'm not sure what else we could want from here.
He looks around.
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? A pang of guilt? The lieutenant is leaving something out.
Do you know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here.
Who conducted this raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear, although I can't be sure.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information?
You're not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I look around. I guess I could have been here.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
If I was here, I should find out what I was doing.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Kim, are you a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
It's not spiritualism if it's humanism. Stroke your chin first.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
I didn't think you were spiritual.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional.
Yeah.
The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Yeah, this game is so leftist, even like religion is secular in
The
this
mother
game.
of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex. It's a mystery.
Lol. Of course it's gonna fail. What is it? 80% chance.
The mother of humanism stands above
83
you.
and
It's a mystery.
come on, man.
The mother of humanism stands above. Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence, Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived.
So religion based on humanism, international and the welfare state, like, you know, the modern left.
No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
Wait, what exactly is an innocence? I've heard of the system.
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
A tyrant?
In a way, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built from the ground up to accommodate inauthentic rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Is one in office now?
No, we are alone.
What else do I know about
Many
her?
things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir Laclais. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty. Draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed.
Where is this coming from?
The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away. No, you must know.
Okay, what else? Was she smart?
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
How come?
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history.
I don't care.
Okay, when her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. I repeat, her lungs started glowing. Do you care? No.
Maybe she ate uranium or
That
something.
is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
Okay, when did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi, she is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel, and the connected world.
I want more.
As did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even faraway Supremwindi. Altogether, 21 of the 40 mundial nations of the
Actually,
time
I don't want
immediately
more. I think
accepted
this is boring.
Innocent
Her crowning?
in a city called Advesperaskit in Vesper Messina, her homeland. The name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's night. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
She must have been beautiful.
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
Then what?
One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
What?
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed
So she was a
innocence.
reptilian shapeshifter or something?
Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
No, there was something bad about her. I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day. Constantly surrounded by her Theriers, she was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the Innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
What happened?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity, suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum.
Well, the hair doesn't look so blonde here. It's almost reddish, like in this image.
Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
Yes, clearly she was some alien reptilian shapeshifter or something, and she came to introduce this evil secular religion to humanity.
This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Jeffreiter, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
The lieutenant's calm voice echoes in the cold air of the church.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
She's somehow connected to the case, or she's not human. Of course, it has to be this.
She's been dead for 300 years. I am almost 1,000% certain she isn't connected to the case.
She takes his glasses off to clean them.
None of this is, in fact. This church, the coast.
Okay. Quick save and
The
then
mother of
calculus.
humanism stands above. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text. A light motif below them both.
What shattered this mosaic?
Unknown. Something during the raid the lieutenant mentioned. Or just hooligans looking for something to break.
Who's this older woman? Oh, what's going on? My mouse is not working. Okay. Who is this older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
The motto, what does it say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
So it's like... Après, is it before or after? Whatever, you know. Let's say it's after life, death, after death, the new life.
And then along the left side, après le monde, la gré. Après le gris, le monde de nouveau.
So before the world, gris. I don't know what is like gris. And then the new world.
After life,
Oh.
death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death.
Lieutenant, this used to say after life, death, after...
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again.
So yeah, gris is the pale.
This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No
What is the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
Schupfe. I like this, but the fear of God back in the beep.
You are brutal and done.
He says his voice is ice cold. And he's
The
mean.
mother of humanism towers.
Okay. What's this?
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
He seems cautious around the machine.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should probably let it be. This little foray bears little connection to the case, no?
Yes, but this machine looks like the one in the doomed commercial area.
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
He inspects the machine's framework, careful not to touch
A
anything.
quaint little box of radio waves.
Wait, let me just investigate it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
You look inside the compartments.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March.
I'm not gonna touch it yet. If there is some, security, whatever. Let's see if we can find the people here. Money, money, money. Oh, shoes. Shoes of empathy. Spider has spun its web around this wood-carved pillar. Riveting. Bowl is filled with water, live wire runs directly into it. Ah, okay, so this is the bowl.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, it seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual. Sounds like the Pale.
How do I know what the Pale sounds like?
From recordings of the Far Pale. You've heard them. We all have. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Yell as loud as you can.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers.
Stomp your feet, clap your hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Turn to Kim. What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing is beginning to worry me.
The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is. Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
Maybe they wanted to discourage singing and dancing.
Could be.
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though.
Look up into the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
I guess doesn't matter that I failed the check. I was thinking, should I reload or something?
It makes your head spin.
What's darkness like?
Filled with vague shapes of woodwork, the sense of a great height.
Try to make out something, anything?
There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see dark.
I can't use my flashlight, even though it's far away, but it might do something.
Officer, what are you looking at?
He follows your gaze, attempting to see whatever it is you are seeing. Blink. Huh?
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
Tiago?
Maybe it's possible to talk to it. Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently. The Crab Man.
Are you the Crab Man?
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in Jamrock. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Revachol.
The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, She would take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
I'm a policeman. I need to talk to you about police things. I don't know anything about alcohol use.
Oh, yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over here.
Okay, fine. I'm struggling, but you don't need to lecture me. I know what I need to do.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc Albino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
For some reason, I feel like you have a point.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes.
His voice echoes in the cold air of the church.
This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
He sways gently on the beams, waiting for you to take it all in.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
I'm going to ask you again, are you the crab man?
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
To be fair, he's really more like a spider, yeah.
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Wait, did you also carve all those sculptures? Point to the nearest pillar.
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
All right, let's consider the context and meaning here.
I see what you've done there. It's as if these figures are trying to become one with the church, perhaps with the mother herself.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it.
What were you before you became a crabman and a woodcarver?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
So many people are losing their memory, a certain portent of doom.
Nah, Ese, it's not like that. Best thing that could happen to you, losing your memory.
Do you remember your name, sir?
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name's Harry. Extend your hand in for a greeting.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
He ignores your hand. His limbs are mere shadow below the ceiling. What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
The mother of silence, you mean her pointed a window?
No. There's a new god in town. And she can be painted or sculpted because she has no limb or even a face. She is the end. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
Are you sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
Faith is a kind of drug.
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
I think love might have been my drug of choice, and I think I'm still hungover from it.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out.
Let's agree to disagree and
I
proceed.
know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
I still don't understand what you're doing in the church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
You should sing for me, the superstar cop. Point your thumbs at yourself.
I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
Marietti is a mesque style of music and dance, commonly seen at all manner of festivities, especially weddings. It's delightfully quaint, owing to its peasant.
Yeah. Space Mexico. How did you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, Way. It didn't belong to me.
Are these your shoes lying around here? Show him the red brogues you found.
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them.
Okay.
I don't need them anymore.
If this guy has been here for a long time, what does he eat? Where does he shit? Where does he shit? When's the last time he washed himself? Right, I had other questions.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here for a long time. Did you see the police raid that took place here?
Something like that.
He responds, his voice suddenly flat.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside? Right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
Do they have a reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
So what do you think about the nightclub, that is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Do you know where the other spooker is? Point to the strange machines around here.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Viejita is grandma?
Wait, there's another person living in a church and it's a viejita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young.
H is just one of the many masks we wear.
And you don't know where she is.
That's what I said, Holmes.
How can you not know when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or...
He shrugs.
Or search through her radio computer.
Okay then. Cracked pane of glass, colorful. It came from a stained glass window, still has letters on it too. Is that pants? Frost has drawn flowers on the glass, obscuring the view. Figure drawn in the frost of the window, depicting a deer. No, a female deer. Scarf. So this is for the neck, I guess. Drama or paintbrush. Maybe I'll put it on. Oh, I can see it. Wait, maybe I should equip the lighter. It's a bit dark here. Maybe I can find some secret. Or maybe not. I guess we should go play with the computer because the grandma is not
The
here.
machine's keyboard is still
Press
illuminated.
play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat, is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat, is this the personal log?
I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just said log Febmar.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying. Maybe he knows something.
The lieutenant nods towards Tiago. Okay, I don't know the password.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything
Fortress
else I can
accident,
do for
like
you
the one
today?
in doomed commercial area.
I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun. That's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine? That's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
Okay.
Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still
Press
illuminated.
print.
Nothing
Okay,
happens.
nothing happens. Ah, okay. This is finished finally. I don't hear any sound. Like, is it reading it? I don't know. Well, if there's the narrator is not reading it, I'm just gonna. So more zoom out distance, all motorics learning caps raised by 1. Let's see. I got a couple of new ones of these. So apricot. Oh, it just gives +2 perception. That's pretty good. Let's check the homosexual. Okay. Stopped obsessing about sexuality pointless except for an extra dialogue with Kim. So yeah, it's completely useless. Litany. Is that? No, wait. Let's unlock this. Wasteland of Reality was this. -1 physical instrument, -1 inland empire, -1 suggestion, +1 to psi, no. No positive effects from alcohol. Okay. Well, I think the apricot stuff seems obvious because there's no downside. It's just, more perception skill. But the litany of contact mic, I should check that out first. All physical white checks unlocked. What does that mean? Like, does it just mean like, if I tried it and failed, then it's locked, then it's unlocked? Yes. Doesn't seem that meaningful. So I guess I should just take this one. Apricot scent and chewing gum. Okay, so that one was psi, so psyche. So yeah, +1 to this, but minus to some other stuff. Okay. Maybe that's the next one. I can have a look at all this stuff, but that's gonna happen later. So let's go talk to the Tiago dude again, Mr. Crabman. Oh, I have plenty of this laudanum, whatever it is, magnesium.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Have you, by any chance, heard the viejita say the password to her radio computer?
Too many times, Ese. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
I'm doing a survey of passwords and passcodes identifying regional trends in the interest of public safety, of course.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
Afterlife death.
What do you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
Okay, thanks.
I think we're done here, Ese.
Figure crawls off into the darkness.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
I wonder if the same password would work in the other machine as well. I guess we have to go try.
The machine's keyboard is still the speaker.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Let's try this again. I think I may have the right password for the personal log.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife death?
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today? Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read the printout.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Do you think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
His eyes wander to the various machines around him. Eccentric. Read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky, and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving.
Read the third entry.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would she need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
He steps on a wire running on the ground, disconnecting it with his boot. Read the fourth entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help.
Simo.
Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Data loss?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Artists, programmers, Lexi, who are all these people?
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
Read the fifth entry.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Read sixth entry.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
So here is because it's the sound swallowing phenomenon in this church.
Is she talking about?
The lieutenant looks to his right toward the silence. The seventh entry.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
But what could it be? Look at the water basins behind you.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Read the eighth entry.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
She must be describing a cell.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Okay, ninth
March
entry.
51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
That's me. I was the one who broke into the radio computer, and the storekeeper must be Pleasance.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
Read the 10th entry.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also, some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
She looks creepy. So I can't blame Acel for being afraid.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares off at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We are here on a side case representing certain music venue organizers.
Well, you won't find any music venue organizers here.
She barely looks up to the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to life.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Okay, it's 2 seconds.
What is it?
The woman is still hunched over the keyboard, gently illuminated by the purring machine. Are you the lead programmer of Viral Untethered by any chance?
Yes. Or no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
It does not look like a big loss to her. Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages.
Okay, the reason I laughed is because of her name, Luukkanen-Kilde. It's obviously reference to, was it Rauni Luukkanen-Kilde? It's like a Finnish woman who was like some new age conspiracy stuff, like, you know, UFOs and all sorts of, like, she had some book like There Is No Death or something. Yeah, something like that. I think, like, she's Finnish, but I think she moved to Norway or something. She's probably dead now, or rather, she's, you know, there's no death according to her. So yeah, it's, you know, Luukkanen-Kilde is not a common last name, so it's clearly a reference to that woman. I don't know a great deal about her, but just heard about her. Probably when she died, like, I think she died a few years ago. Anyways, let's continue.
If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
She turns back to the terminal.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Have you seen the Crabman?
No.
But you know he's around?
Yes.
He's seen you. And the Crabman has seen you.
I don't care. I don't care about Crabmen.
She barely looks up now, tinkering with the machine printer.
Wow. She really doesn't. Not afraid, this one.
Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR1 as my RAIN Prefect's processing unit.
Why what?
RAIN Prefect. My radio computer.
And that antenna is its processing unit?
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
She has stopped working now. Not really.
Alright. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
Wait, what's on air?
On the front. The unified front of radio waves. Licensed and controlled by Lintel in the East Insulindic region. It's all around us. That's what on air means.
Like love.
Is the AR1 is the good antenna?
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
What are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
What about those bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my rain prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Right, I'll try not to touch anything. Next question. Great. What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
There's a hint of amusement in her eyes. Yeah, I'm a police officer. It's my job to ask questions.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
She says, ready to stand her ground. What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to the data loss in the journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
A hole in the world, what does that exactly mean?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
This sounds like, some Minecraft glitch or something. Like, it doesn't load properly.
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation waiting for your answer.
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
I don't know, I'm not here for some science, I just want to solve a murder so I can go home.
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins.
Hydro transducers. So that's what those water basins are. Devices for recording sound through water.
Interesting. Does this stuff work in real life? In theory, even if not in practice, or I don't know. Can water be used to record sound?
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
She grows silent, staring at her circle of basins. Looks like some ancient ritual. Do you have any idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch-black heights above, but without much success.
Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to cease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think the Crabman might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning. Her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
You said the research isn't going well, why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
But if it brings the, musician kids in, then they can, try to make some noise in different places, and I don't know. That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world for now.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about anodic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Have you ever listened to it? Actually listened?
Yeah. Like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they?
She pulls a face that looks absolutely scathing.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. But how do you feel about a club for anodic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
A youth center would, I don't know, maybe some community space to help the elderly?
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Okay. Let her work in peace. So, are they lying to me? And I have to kill them. Well, maybe I wanna zoom back to the... Where can I exit this place? Here. To city center or whatever to see if I can access the other radio computer and, you know, read the cube. So I can equip the bag. So this should be empty now, right?
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside.
Ah, he's still
belly.
there? Really? Okay. Then I guess I should try to remember to bag the body tonight. I thought I did it already. I guess I need the light here then.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting like a smooth draw. The filaments, the speaker cut.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Let's try the password.
Good. Please
Afterlife
repeat.
death.
Good. I've
Yes.
unlocked the production schedule.
Really? She just used the same password? Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Fortress accident. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still with a quiet determination. The printer starts printing, a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its surface.
Read the printout.
It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule.
Read about the capital. I want to know about
In
money.
its short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Ria, but then came the delays. Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Ria, with only half of the game finished.
Gosh, where did they get all this money?
Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor.
Read about the workforce, who worked there and how.
Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations. Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists?
Wait, why did the radio game need so many artists?
It didn't.
It didn't need so many concept artists.
No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skipped work because of mental health issues and extremely unprofessional sleep schedules. One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property before skipping town for good.
Schemes. Well, it sounds like modern, like very contemporary game developers. Okay, skim through the production schedule, whatever it
The
is.
production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy.
Because of the concept artists?
Not the concept artists. It wasn't even the writers. With their panic attacks and 3-hour lunches, it was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development. They tried to make a 4 million real game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination. They couldn't.
So they were done in by their own ambition.
No. Even then,
Icarus.
success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is until they discovered the Valley of the Heads.
The what?
At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Sulisław Jalisa, decided that what We're Out Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor.
This is some insane shit. Who were these people?
The world had never seen their kind before, and might never again.
How many heads were there?
So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined.
How many combinations could you make out of that?
Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while.
Yeah, how bad could it be? Okay. Oh no. Oh.
The lieutenant taps his foot impatiently, his arms folded tight against his chest.
What have I done?
What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop?
Just let the numbers wash over. Tsunami, tsunami, tsunami came washing over me.
And that's it.
So that's what did them in?
Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss.
This must be the anomaly Suna mentioned in the church log.
On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end, where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness, before the Egonian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day, an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian lintel front, just as the World Untethered project was being compiled that day.
And the anomaly caused all the data to get lost in the air?
When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss.
They lost the whole game and wouldn't even pay for it?
Always read the terms of service. And let's face it, they didn't have any money left for a legal action.
Wasn't there a copy of the game backup?
Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred. It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy and, well, keep it off-site. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached.
What does it say?
S. Luukkonen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch. I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal.
It's not very convincing, is
Her
it?
former colleagues would agree with you.
Is there anything else from this lead program?
The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later.
Read the notes at the end.
4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't got an answer from Linton about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye. Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign next to the church said.
Tear off the printout and throw it away.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework
Okay,
in a
remove
soft
the
glow.
production
The filament
schedule.
slides out of its glowing.
Okay. I wonder if there's anything like we can tell Sona,
Your flashlight slides some of the writing.
the woman in the church, like can we give her some
This
of the
old fight,
information
the whole
and
thing
help her?
resembles.
Or, I don't know. She should know it, but maybe there's something she missed. So wait, is the thing still in the fridge?
The
The
bear's
backup?
eyes are still glowing red. Its guarding over the freezing corpse hit a friendly cartoon bear, smiles back at you.
I guess no. Maybe I have to unplug the fridge once we get rid of the body. Maybe that's it. Okay, let's beam back to the church. So I'm gonna re-equip the bag.
Yes, what is it?
Hey, about that 2mm hole again.
The swallow, you mean?
Okay, so
What
I
a
kind of
Thanks.
tell her, hey, we found the whatever report crap and accessed it or anything. I'm like, did I even get experience for it? I was expecting something more. Same address lead programmer Fortress Accident was looking for. Yes, I know. Find the murder weapon. Where's the Can I still do the cryptid quest? I guess I can't. So today is Friday. Okay, so Thursday we just slept, I guess, because of the shootout. So I guess the cryptid quest is, or it's just done. Okay, so this was forfeited because of the shootout. Well, thanks, game. Whatever then, I guess. Okay, let's go talk to those kids then. About their, like, because the woman seemed to be hinting they're lying about their motivations for wanting to, you know, stay in the church.
Hello again.
Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become like a club. For I not
Yeah.
accept that. Yeah.
floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here, not in a million years.
What is anodic dance music?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Electronic instruments, like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like, if it ever comes. This is an evolutionary step up from amplified instruments, which in turn are a step up from acoustic instruments. What comes after it, you wonder? A black-tinted nothingness or something finer?
Okay, enough about the church. I had another question.
Go ahead.
Oh wait, let's see if I can convince her to talk about her friends more.
Hello again. My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
Just answer the question, please.
Sorry. I just don't tell people about my friend.
To the cops.
Me?
High above.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different.
Okay, she's not selling, so okay, let's go talk to these guys.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
About the church, I checked it out.
What happened?
I talked to the crab man.
Oh man, who is he? What did you think?
He gave me this odd lecture on alcoholism before rambling on and on about mother's love.
Really? Ah, interesting. What's he doing in the church?
He's just preaching, praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he going to be a problem? Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we going to do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
As far as I can tell, he's not going to leave. He'll climb around up there and got you. And guys, you'll never catch him.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
You're just going to have lived with the crab man.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it. Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah! Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I was using the mainframe when the soon former lead programmer of Fortress Accident appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She did not like the anodic dance club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all! A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity? Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
I won't evict her, we have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, honour man. No, Noid, he's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music. The lines in the dark exist, coexist. At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's art. He'll understand. Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like anodic dance music?
She absolutely does not, really truly despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what she just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
Remember, the island isn't going anywhere. It's not like it's going to sail away or disappear. Take it easy.
I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend.
Maybe I can try to buff up my logic. What's this? Oh yeah, I have some smokes here, I think. So do I have some logic stuff? I should have something. Well, this is logic stuff. This is logic stuff. Looks cool. Very cool. Oh, this is even more logic stuff, right? Yes. Let's equip it and see if there's like some special event. No. Because when I put on like that one pair of pants, something like, you know, I found the wrapper, candy wrapper in the pocket or something. Okay, let's try logicking.
So, how are things going?
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look. How about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, now gather around.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
I got bad news for you, Andre. Things don't add up.
What things?
He senses something is wrong.
This isn't the makings of a club, it's the tent for a laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Where's his friend? Did he lose his friend?
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker, you only have one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker systems.
You have no headphones? Wouldn't Asel need her headphones to spin tape?
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
I know you pawned them likely for lab equipment and drug ingredients.
I'm sorry, but there is no lab equipment and no drug ingredients.
The distilled water, a cornerstone of a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
There is no need for me to pile on anymore, is there?
No shit.
He sounds tired. Soon I hint that there's something else going on, that I'm being naive.
Hey man, who knows what she's on about? I get it. She doesn't want us in the church. She's got something against us.
Who doesn't like to dance? She doesn't like to dance.
In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
Against the law.
I meant to say, not true.
So what are we going to do with you?
What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing. The optimal way to go about this would be indifference. It begins by you telling him you don't care about any of this.
I don't really care, I just wanted to crack the case. Do what you want, I'll do what I want.
Really?
Of course not really, I'm a cop, now tell me what's going on immediately.
Or else,
There's an audible clank as he lets a wrench drop into his toolbox. We'll see, now speak.
He thinks for a moment, then opens his mouth, but closes it again, then finally raises his hands.
Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in this city. It's not like we're not going to turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revachol. Because we are! We totally are! We just got to turn it into a speed lab first. You know, to get our foot in the door.
And why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there. But the sign was way off, too. I couldn't feel the love at all. So, what now?
This is it. Judgment time.
Let's do it clean. No speed lab, just a club for anodic music.
Yeah!
The young man's smile widens to inhuman proportions, his teeth beam in the floodlight.
I knew it.
The would-be leader drops his spiked head between his knees.
It's impossible now. No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for anodic music with the Speed Lab. Now it has a fighting chance.
So there was never going to be a club in there?
There needs to be a club for anodic music in there. Needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We are running out of time. We need a win, Andre. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light.
This will be nothing. You can hear the ice crack underneath you. Outside, the last century waterfront development is crumbling in the wind. A grape-shot row of falling houses. And so is Rue de Saint-Jérôme and all the houses on Main Road. The old cinema is sinking underneath Villa La Bosse.
Oh wait, does anyone feel that?
What?
Nothing is called this internet crime prevention, but I have my eye on you.
Okay, we'll try to do it without the drugs.
He raises his head from between his
We'll
knees.
do a straight club up in there, spinning the maddest reels, and nothing but. I swear to God. Okay, Egg? From here on, it'll be straight all the way.
Okay.
Goodbye, officer.
We have some side quests
See, you're
to
here again. Offside.
sign
mate.
with
Yeah.
him.
Gotta compare. See if we can align.
That's ridiculous.
See? Our signs, yeah. I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation. Nah. You heard me.
Okay. Let's go try to convince what's her name? The Sona.
Hello again.
Your associates tried to use me to set up a drug lab. I'm guessing you knew this plan.
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it.
You should have tried harder. Misleading a cop is no
I know.
joke.
I should have been able to control them, and I will in the future. I promise. May I ask? What did you tell them?
Do what you will with your dance club plans, just no drug labs, please.
Thank you. I'll get them under wraps, I promise. My associates? I haven't got much to say. Of course I do.
To the cops.
Don't know what makes you think it.
Alright. Let's just go talk to, what's her name? Sona. Luukanen Kilde. I guess after that I will probably end the stream. Oh, going too far that way. Yeah, this is the entrance.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre, he wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
She replies, her expression unchanged. Hold on, you don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
Bitter because of your radio game project failed?
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything to happen. Ever again.
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it.
Okay. Convince her to cooperate with Traver. So was research not going well? Discovered Fortress Accident, discussed FA with Dicepeak. Okay.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Listen, about your research, you mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
If I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in the church next to the Boom Boom anymore. Just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offside copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
Okay. Is this the filament you're looking for? These are not the filaments you're looking for.
No, that's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. I don't need it.
In his defense, it was simply lying in the desk drawer of an abandoned cubicle.
Okay, but still.
What is an offside copy? Why do you need it?
It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
She points to the glowing cube inside the machine.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an offside copy, then why is it still
If it's called an offside copy, why is it on site?
Oh god, not this again. It is not on site.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in the fridge.
In the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear?
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times.
By your old workplace, you mean the studio Fortress Accident in the doomed commercial area?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore.
Yes, I know. Actually, I've already been inside doomed commercial area.
Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it.
And where exactly is the offsite copy?
In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss.
Alright. Huh? She thinks for a moment, then reaches behind the radio computer, hands what looks like an oversight pry bar.
And here's my Qualsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the Qualsund.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the cover.
Okay, maybe I'll end the stream here. I'll do it next time, get the filament, and then hopefully I can also go to the island to, see if the sniper was there. But, so yeah, I'm logging out, so I'm Adventure Argonaut, and thank you for watching. Bye bye!